After that, going to hell. Thank you, I was like, dang, okay. Let me get my hearkening together. My hearkening check. Yes, sometimes my heart can be off. Anyway, I got 5 minutes, so let's get to it. Praise God. So, how you doing, Charles? So, I don't make this stuff up. Things like this just happen to me. Praise God. I'm going to come out of Matthew 13. I'm just going to talk to y'all tonight. Is that okay? I'm just going to talk about myself. That's why I'm here. You know how the Lord just sent you up here to expose yourself? Like, why do I have to do it in front of everybody, though? Like, I came before you, and I was all brokenhearted, like, God, I'm sorry. And he's like, yeah, I want you to get in front of everybody and tell them. I'm like, why? Like, why do I have to do that? I'm shy, God. I'm very shy. And he's like, that's the spirit. I'm like, okay, I'm not shy. Okay, so, can't get away with that. Matthew 13:15 says, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. And so, let me talk a little bit about where it talks about how the heart is waxed gross. So you're just like, what does that mean? So the word wax, it means to increase in intensity, to grow, to enlarge. And then gross means to thicken or to fatten. So, in other words, okay, so we get to a place with God sometimes where we don't hear God as much. And the reason being a lot of times is because we've fallen into some state of disobedience. We're in some type of sin, right? So, you feel like you're far away from God and you really can't hear him as much. And see, what has taken place is, in that disobedience, your heart begins to wax gross. It begins to harden. It's what the scripture is talking about. Your heart begins to harden. And really, when you dig a little further in it, the word that that is in the Greek, it is actually the word callous. And what I find to be interesting about that is I began to study a little bit on calluses. And raise your hand if you ever had a callus. Okay. Eugene has some now. So this word may be for you. About you, brother. So I looked up calluses, and it's also called tylomus or keratomas. It's a protective layer of compacted dead skin cells. So I didn't even know calluses were actually almost good. Right? Because they're protecting. So I thought you get a callus is like a bad thing, So you get a callus is actually good because it's like protecting that area, that fragile area. Usually it's like a fragile bone or something like that, and it's trying to cover it and protect it from you getting further injury to it. So when you first get a callus, it doesn't hurt, and then after a while, it starts to get like pretty painful. And so I'm just like, wow. So the Lord began to show me it gets to the point where our hearts get hardened, they get calloused. And I'm just like, wow, Lord. But see, it starts off as like a protection. So let's use myself for example. So you go through a really hard time, okay? And so you're sitting there and you're just getting like hit on every side, like boom, boom. And he's like, gosh, this hurts, Lord. And the Lord said, well, you got to guard your heart. So I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and just guard my heart up here, because I'm getting arrows thrown at me left and right. I'm getting slandered. I'm getting offended. All these things are coming at me, and I got to guard my heart. So I started guarding my heart, and at first it didn't hurt. It was okay to guard your heart, right? Because the word tells you to guard your heart. But what I didn't realize is after a while, this protection layer that I had put around my heart started to become a callus. I wasn't really guarding my heart anymore. Now it was like Fort Knox. And I had like 2 rabbit pit bulls out front. It was barbed wire fence, you know what I mean? Like, no one was getting close to my heart. And I realized I wasn't just guarding my heart from people. Oh, no. I had guarded my heart from the Lord. My heart had completely hardened to God. Now, that wasn't my intention going in. I was trying to protect myself. want to be hurt any longer. I don't want to feel this pain anymore. So, I did what I thought. I started to just back up. I started to hide. I started to build this cocoon around myself. And all along, I didn't realize that I was actually shutting God out. Am I talking to anybody tonight? Yes. I started to shut God out. I started to feel like I couldn't hear God as well anymore. I started to just, and if he was talking, I'd block him out, because I don't want to hear what he's talking about, because then I'd actually have to do the right thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because, because the thing about it is, the Bible talks about how when you know to do right and you don't do it, to you it is sin. So it's not like I don't know any better. Like, I don't know to read my word. At this point, I know. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm supposed to pray. I know I'm supposed to show love to people. I know I'm supposed to be a servant. These are things I know. I don't need God to tell me those things, But in order for me to duck and dodge and hide from whatever it is he's asking me to do, I'm going to have to block. I'm going to have to not hear him, And it's like, Lord, I don't want to expose myself. I don't want to be open. I don't want my heart to be open so that I can continue to be hurt. And so the thing the Lord was showing me was, he was like, guard your heart, but leave it open for me. He's like, guard it, but leave a little space over there so I can get in there. And I just didn't realize. I don't even think he really had a keyhole to get into my heart. I was just completely shut down. Yes, completely shut down from the Lord. And I was like, wow, not from my dad, not from my father. That was never my intention. But I just want to show you how far away we can get when you think you're protecting yourself, when you think you're guarding yourself, when you're really just backing away and you're closing yourself off from people and not realizing that this is the body. If you close yourself off from the body, clearly you're going to close yourself off from the head. We can't do one without the other. We got to have both. Amen? So guard your heart, but leave a little room for Jesus. Amen? Amen.